Hey YouTube, Jim here. Welcome to Top 10 Archive. What's the one item you paid the most money for? Perhaps your car, a college degree. Or are you like one of these 10 people that collect all things of the macabre? From haunted diamonds to memorabilia from killers, here are the top 10 creepiest, most expensive items.
Number 10. Michael Jackson's $15,000 chair. Going for $15,000, we have this regular-looking, straight-out-of-your-grandmother's-living-room chair. The only special thing about this chair, besides being owned by the king of pop, is the fact that it was in the room he died in. His doctor would sit in it while he monitored the star. Once you know who the buyer is, the purchase makes a little more sense. Zak Bagans is the host of the Travel Channel series Ghost Adventures and has been known to buy creepy things and haunted houses. He claims Jackson's chair still has some makeup stains, but hasn't said much about any paranormal energy it might have. Number 9. Winston Churchill $23,700 dentures. Famous for his rousing speeches during World War II, Churchill had several sets of partial upper dentures specially constructed to hide his natural lisp and accentuate his signature slurred diction. These ones specifically sold for $23,700. Why? I can't answer that, but it did happen, and it's a fact you now know and have to deal with. Number 8. William Shatner $25,000 kidney stone. An online casino known as GoldenPalace.com spent $25,000 on a piece of Captain Kirk, William Shatner. What part, you ask? A kidney stone. The money was donated to Habitat for Humanity, which is all in good fun, but still, why? GoldenPalace.com is noted for its collection of oddities, which includes a partially eaten cheese sandwich thought to contain the image of the Virgin Mary. In the end, a house was built from the money raised from the auction. The GoldenPalace.com Chief Executive Officer Richard Rose said in a statement, "This will be the first house built with one stone." Number 7. John Lennon's $31,000 tooth. I don't care if it's the Dalai Lama. What are you doing buying teeth? Well, I guess there are stranger things to spend your money on. John Lennon gifted one of his teeth to his housekeeper, who then sold it for $31,000. I suppose that's all well and good, but something tells me Lennon could have just given the housekeeper $30,000 and been done with it. Number 6. Dr. Kevorkian's $32,500 van. Another Zak Bagans purchase, so it must be good. This time we're talking about the 1968 Death Bus, where Dr. Jack Kevorkian performed some of his 130 assisted suicides. Now, $32,000 may not seem like too much to pay for a bus, but before you go thinking this was a justified purchase like, well, maybe he needed a new car and he doesn't mind haunted stuff, just remember, the van won't even start. Dead battery, I suppose. The good thing is, Bagans is a strange guy and he's very happy with the purchase. To each their own, I guess, but I prefer my cars to run, no matter how creepy they are. Number 5. Justin Bieber's $40,668 hair chunk. In all fairness, this is a chunk of hair from 17-year-old Bieber in 2011. I'm sure that affects quality and value in some way. How? I don't know, but I'm not here to make that judgment. All I know is that someone actually went through with paying $40,668 just for a small lock of Bieber's top mop. Number 4. This $45,000 Friday the 13th costume. This one I'm not quite so surprised by, considering people love to cosplay, and the more real it feels, the more they'll pay to get there. Jason's Friday the 13th mask is unmistakable, and paired with the rest of the wardrobe, it's really almost priceless. Number 3. Elvis Presley's soiled underwear and Bible. It must be hard to keep a straight face at the auction when buying a pair of a star's underwear. You're seeing the faces of those who would pay a good chunk of their life savings to buy someone's used undergarments. What do those faces say? What will they do with them? In any case, it's hard to say whether Elvis's underwear would be considered creepy or just plain gross, but it certainly made the list by being sold at $11,000. Apparently, not quite as interesting as his Bible, which also contained handwritten notes that sold for $94,000. Number 2. Lee Harvey Oswald $108,000 wedding band. An anonymous buyer from Texas spent $108,000 for the wedding ring of Lee Harvey Oswald. Not much is known about the ring, other than it has an engraving of a hammer and sickle. The ring sat for decades in the files of a Fort Worth attorney before finally being released to be auctioned. This isn't the first item from Oswald to be auctioned off either. A U.S. Marine Corps rifle book he owned sold for $54,000, and his coffin was sold for $87,469 after his body was exhumed to test the conspiracy theory that a look-alike had been buried in 1981 in his place and that he was reburied in a different water-damaged casket. Number 1. The $352,000 Haunted Diamond. The Black Orloff Diamond, which is the 7th largest black diamond known in existence, was last sold at an auction in 2006 for $352,000, but has exchanged hands many times throughout its life. Some say the diamond is no longer cursed, but anyone who knows its history would think twice before buying it. Its original placement was in one of the eyes of the Brahma statue, the Hindu god of creation. Whoever stole the diamond from his eye must have regretted it soon after, because it immediately started wreaking havoc, allegedly linked to 3 suicides of its first few owners. In 1950, the diamond was recut and somehow released of the curse. Thanks for watching. What's the creepiest thing you've ever spent money on, expensive or otherwise? Tell us about it in the comments. You know what can be priceless, and it's free to get? Become a subscriber. Also, click the bell for lots more free videos like these from us, and give this video a like.